Sky Sports 3, live.
It's the most local of local derbies, Dundee United against Dundee, two clubs who play in the same street. Paul Sturrock attained legendary status as a United player. Dundee fans feel the same about Jockey Scott. Tonight, the two legends go head-to-head as managers of the clubs they love. Live tonight from the Scottish Premier League, the 100th league meeting between two bitter rivals, Dundee United against Dundee. And remember, this is the night the Dundee coach driver gets to put his feet up. The Dundee players setting off on a simple stroll down Tannadice Street to take on United. Two clubs which live side by side, but these Dundee players want to win on United's patch tonight. Yes, it promises to be a cracking end to a derby weekend that has sent shockwaves through Scottish football. And these two teams need the points as both sit on the edge of the relegation zone. Charlie Nicholas, United against Dundee, who'll win it tonight?
I think the home team will win it. I think after last weekend when we watched them against Dunfermline, they didn't get a good result, but I think the partnership of Matthew and Dodds is starting to generate a little bit of interest in United again. I think Dundee are hard to break down, but United for me will win tonight.
Charlie, team news filtering through at this stage. This is controversial. Sieb Dijkstra, the United goalkeeper, is dropped tonight, and Tommy Coyne, Dundee striker, gets his first start in 12 games.
Well, it's a major decision to drop Dijkstra for Paul Sturrock, but I think what you must do when you take over a club is put your leadership qualities and the way that you want to shape this club. And it's a big issue tonight that he's dropped him, and he feels strong enough about that. But Tommy Coyne, who I played with, will be a good partnership tonight with Eddie Annand, who I play with also. So they'll be dangerous to watch tonight, but still, I think United will be strong tonight.
OK, Charlie, and we'll confirm the rest of the team news shortly when we concentrate fully on the Dundee derby. So, as the league table shows, both Dundee United and Dundee are desperate for points tonight in the 100th league meeting between the teams. Let's turn our attention now to this Dundee derby and get the team news from Davy Provan. Davy.
Yeah, Jim, thanks. We spoke to Paul Sturrock last weekend, of course, and he made it perfectly clear that he was running out of patience with some of the sides defending. The result of that is that there are 4 changes in the United side from that which lost at East End Park, and the inclusion of Joe Miller would seem to indicate that Paul Sturrock is going to abandon the sweeper system in favour of a flat back 4. Let's have a look then at the United side tonight. Sieb Dijkstra is left out after the defeat at Dunfermline last Sunday. And that means Alan Coombe, formerly of St Mirren, is in for his first-team debut tonight after his move from Love Street last June. Contrast that with Maurice Malpass, who will be experiencing the Tayside derby for the 42nd time. Joe Miller, often a casualty when United play with a back 3 and push the full-backs on, comes in wide right for his 6th start of the season. And through the middle, it's the ever-improving partnership of Alec Mathy and Billy Dodds. Dodds has managed 8 goals so far this season, 3 of them for Aberdeen. Mathy scored 4 times, 2 of them for his last club, Ipswich. Now, as far as Dundee are concerned, the incentive this evening is to win the 3 points that would see them leapfrog Motherwell and join Hearts in 5th place. Robert Douglas has recovered from a groin strain and comes back in for Jamie Langfield in goal. In front of him, Brian Irvine wears number 5 and takes his usual place in the centre of the defence. He started all but one of the Dark Blues games so far this season. Another old head, Jim McInally, will anchor the midfield against his former club. He won all 10 of his Scotland caps as a United player. And Ian Anderson, one of the outstanding emerging talents in the Premier League, starts his 5th consecutive game, having shaken off his injury problems. His contract's up in the summer. Dundee currently trying to work out a deal that would keep him at Dens Park. And Dundee's top scorer this season with 7 goals, Eddie Anand, leads the line, wearing number 9. Jim?
Thanks, Davey. Well, the fans are gathering at Tannadice tonight. Remember, this is their big fixture tonight. It's Dundee Derby, number 100 tonight. And when we come back, we'll look back on what happened in number 99. More live football coming up for you tomorrow night over on Sky Sports 1 from 7 o'clock. This week's Monday night football comes from Goodison Park as Everton take on Newcastle. And here on Tuesday night from 7:30, it's back to the FA Cup and the first round replay between Lee, RMI and Kevin Keegan's Fulham. That's live football coming up for you on Monday and Tuesday night here on Sky Sports. It's a Tayside derby. Dundee United have an impressive record in this fixture. In 99 league meetings, they've won 50. United have won 24 of the 49 played at Tannadice, but Dundee have recorded 16 wins, so they actually have a better record away from home. So United hold the upper hand over the piece, but it was honours even when the sides met at Dens Park in September.
In for a McSwiggan! 1-0 United! Chance for number 2. Kjell Olafsson's first goal of the season. Ball in for Anand. Eddie Anand. That's 2-1. Knocks across by Faulkner. And a damn joke. Salvages a point for Dundee.
A cracking finish there, Charlie. 4 goals. We'd settle for that tonight, wouldn't we?
Almost certain. I was at that game, Jim, and it was 2-0 to Dundee United at one stage. Marvellous game. If anything close to that, I'll be delighted tonight. But we did see Dundee United last weekend against Dunfermline, and I thought they were impressive all round, especially Matty. I mean, I know this guy well, but Billy Dodds and him, you know, he was a good buy, Billy Dodds, but he still needs someone with a little bit of pace and invention. Ali Marty produced that last week. They were weak defensively at times, and I think that's why Dijkstra has been dropped, and Olafsson also. Pretty good and strong decisions from the coach. I like to see that. But I like them going forward. And I just feel even last week, although they lost these clumsy goals, not good defensively to lose these goals. But in saying that, it's never easy against Dunfermline.
So problems at the back for United, and Dijkstra, as we know, doesn't play from the start tonight.
Well, that's right. And I'll have a handful with Eddie Anand and Tommy Coyne tonight. But I think they'll probably go with a solid 4 now. New goalkeeper Alan Common, very confident young kid him, and I think, you know, United will be positive tonight.
All right, Charlie, what about United then, going in against Dundee? Paul Sturrock, the manager, is with Davy Provan.
Well, Paul, you've made 4 changes to the side that lost last week at East End Park. Is that a measure of your disappointment in that performance?
No, not really. I think the disappointment was losing an early lead, and basically we've lost 6 goals in the last 3 games, and I think that had to be addressed. And we've changed our system for the first time, and we'll see how that goes tonight.
How much of a gamble is that? Because I know you've been toying with the idea for some time.
Well, we thought about it 2 or 3 weeks ago, but then we had a wee look in training, and we felt that it would be very unfair on the players to all of a sudden just get float right into a change of system. So we've had a couple of weeks go in training and a couple of closed door games where we've worked on it, and we're reasonably happy with it, and we're going to go with it tonight.
Leaving aside the goals that you've been leaking, are you reasonably happy with what you're getting from midfield forward?
Well, I would like to think that my midfield players would maybe chip in with a couple of goals, which I don't think has happened. But I do feel the system we have been playing has not allowed them to maybe get forward as quickly as they possibly can. I'm hopeful tonight that the width that we're going to show in the game will get crosses in the box, and that midfield players will see opportunities maybe to have finishes come in the box late and have shots.
Jockey Scott is a veteran of this fixture. He says it still grabs him the same way. What about you?
Well, a derby game's a derby. It's exciting stuff. It's the town's had a buzz, especially actually being a Sunday game. I've had a longer time out of this week, but it's a must-win situation for both sets of supporters. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be an enjoyable game.
Well, good luck. Thanks.
Right, thanks, Dave.
Paul Sturrock there with Davy Provan. Charlie, what about Dundee? Their home form has got them into a good position.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, they go 5th.
Well, that's right. They've been very impressive at home. And I think the turning point early in the season was when they came back and got a draw against Celtic later on. But I think time and time again they've been winning like this on this occasion against Motherwell, who are a good side and hard to beat. Winning 1-0, like Brian Irvine got an end of this. OK, it's a mistake from the goalkeeper, but they're winning, Jim. Teams at the bottom tend to get draws. As you say, they've been taking good points at home. Anything they get away from home has been a bonus. But all round, the kid Anderson have been doing very well, going down the right. Willie Miller on this occasion hits the byline. And time again they get good service. Wally Faulkner, who's been doing well, playing in a kind of attacking role more than a midfield player's role. Tommy Coyne will come in and adjust for that tonight. But Eddie Allen's been impressive for me. They got lucky in this occasion against Hearts. Big Wally should have scored himself. He got lucky. But when you're at the bottom and you need points, you'll take anything you can get.
So could these points prove to be absolutely crucial for Dundee in the long run?
Well, of course. I mean, you're sitting in 16 points just now before the game tonight. This is only points they've dropped to home. And I still think it was impressive because this is a kid Anderson who Davy Provan really likes. I know that. And it's good to hear Davy being an ex-winger talk about him. Nice early crosses. Annan thrives on that. He's been getting the service. Now, Hibs went down last season with 30 points. So they're more than halfway there.
So they must fancy themselves to do something tonight at Tannadice.
I think they do fancy their chances. They tend to do better, as we rightly pointed out. Although they lost this goal against Kilmarnock with Barai, they tend to do better at Tannadice, so they won't be worried about the situation.
Well, Charlie, Dundee would love to win the Dundee Derby on United's patch tonight. Jockey Scott, the manager, is with Davy.
Well, Jockey, you know this fixture inside out. Does it still grab you the same way?
Yeah, they're great fixtures. Great atmosphere about the place and great games to play in.
There's no hiding place either, is there, because the grounds are so close?
No, that the fans are there and top of the players, so any mistakes that are made they're picked up. But it's great for the players. The players thoroughly enjoy the games, and as I say, the atmosphere's great. So we just get on with it.
Looking at the side you've picked tonight, it looks as if you've come here to have a real go. Is that the case?
That's the case. Yeah, we're going to play 3 up and have a go at United. We found in the last game that we sat back a wee bit and got punished for it. But then when we opened up and went against them, then we got some success. So we're going to try that right from the start, and hopefully we get a good result out of it.
And a win tonight would take you above Motherwell into joint 5th with Hearts, which would be pretty acceptable, would it not, given the start that you had?
Yeah, but it's a long, hard season. And we've already been up to 5th and dropped back down again. So you can go up there very quickly and come back down very, very quickly. So we take one game at a time, and a result tonight would be excellent.
Jockey, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Jockey Scott, the Dundee manager, and a former Dundee player, of course, who knows all about this fixture, scored more than a few goals in the Dundee Derby himself. Tannadice is where it's all happening tonight, the 100th League Dundee Derby, United with the home advantage, though the Dark Blues dearly want to win it. The Dundee Derby, United against Dundee. Tonight, it's a 100th league meeting between Dundee United and Dundee. Tayside comes to a grinding halt for this one. Let's join our commentary team then. Former Hearts and Scotland striker John Robertson, who remember had a spell on loan with Dundee, and alongside him, Ian Crocker.
Thanks, Jim. Well, in whichever city, in whatever country, you can't fail to get wrapped up in the passion and the pride of a local derby. And they don't come more local than this. Dundee United and Dundee in the same street, and they want to stay in the same league. Both have spent time at the bottom of the Scottish Premier League this season, although both have considerably improved after shocking starts. Let's take a check on tonight's teams, and Paul Sturrock makes 4 changes from the side beaten at Dunfermline last week. Out goes Shell Olafsson and Darren Patterson to the bench. Magnus Skoldmark is injured, and keeper Siv Dijkstra is dropped. His run of 83 consecutive games for Dundee United coming to an end. There's a debut in goal then for Alan Coombe, a summer signing from St Mirren. Also in, talented teenager Jim Patterson and giant Canadian Jason DeVos. And a change of formation gives former Aberdeen winger Joe Miller only his 4th league start of the season.
Well, it's certainly a change of formation for Paul Sturrock, but that won't stop United attacking. Jim Patterson will get down this side, and Joe Miller will certainly get down here to provide the ammunition for Matthew and Dodds, who are really the top 2 strikers in the Premier League at the moment.
Well, Dundee welcome back their impressive goalkeeper Robert Douglas, who missed last week's game against Kilmarnock with a groin injury. Veteran striker Tommy Coyne makes his first start since August against one of his former clubs. Coyne part of a 3-pronged attack with 7-goal Eddie Annand and highly rated youngster Ian Anderson. Willie Falconer loses his ever-present record. He's out with a hamstring injury, and these are very familiar surroundings to ex-Tannadice man Jim McInally.
Yes, Jockey Scott and Jimmy Bonner sent out an attacking line-up. This is a 4-3-3 and they're attacking. Jim McInally, number 11, will sit in there against his former side, and he'll be looking to send the balls up to this man here, Ian Anderson, and that, for me, is going to be the key part of tonight's game. Anderson against the veteran Maurice Malpass.
Well, it's the 100th league derby between Dundee United and Dundee. Tayside pride at stake at Tannadice. The first meeting of the season ended all square across the road in September in the city of Discovery. Can either side discover the 3 points that would be so precious to them tonight? Dundee is a city divided. He looks ready for it, mind you.
Well, as you said before, this is a game that splits families, and they're all ready for this tonight, Ian, and it's going to be a cracking match, and I'm sure we're in for plenty of goals tonight.
Local derbies, always special occasions. And it's the ton-up as far as the Tayside derby is concerned. The 100th encounter. Plenty of painted faces, plenty of expectation and anticipation. And the Scotland manager, Craig Brown, watching as well today. Both sets of supporters taunting each other, as you might expect.
Well, that's right, Ian, and that was it. Children in Need do their night there, and there's one young man said he'd donate £50 to Children in Need if I'd mentioned his name. So Craig Ross, who's sitting at home with all his friends and family who are Arabs, I believe, I hope you have a good game tonight, and send your cheque on quickly.
Well, Dundee United have the better recent record against their city rivals, and indeed their street rivals, you could say. The referee today there, Hugh Dallas from Motherwell, World Cup referee. And just listen to the reception that these 2 Tayside teams will be given as they enter Tannadice. It's party night in Dundee, and you're all invited. The last time Dundee won a Tayside derby in the top flight was 6 years ago. And the man who scored their winner, Billy Dodds, one of football's many ironies, sees him as a United player now after his move from Aberdeen earlier this season. But he did spend 5 years across the road at Dens Park. Veteran defender Maurice Malpass made his Dundee derby debut 16 years ago. Indeed, he was in the side that clinched the title in 1983 with a victory over their city rivals. Now 36, he's been one of Dundee United's most consistent performers this season. This, incredibly, his 42nd all-Tayside tussle. Jim McInally is a Dundee man these days, but he knows Tannadice rather well, having spent a decade with United. He played for them in the 1987 UEFA Cup final. McInally is unique, in fact, having signed for both these clubs twice in his career, and he's been player-coach at both of them as well. So there's not much he doesn't know about these encounters. Dundee's popular Pole, Darius Adamchuk, reaches a milestone today. It's his 100th league appearance for the club, and it was his late goal that salvaged a point for Dundee when these teams met at Dens Park in September. It's the battle for city pride, and it's Dundee who will start the 100th league meeting between these sides. Always plenty to play for on occasions like this, and adding extra spice to this derby date is the fact that Dundee United could move above their city rivals today. Dundee in turn could go 5 points clear of United, and that's a margin that would really hurt them here at Tannadice. The referee is Scotland's World Cup official Hugh Dallas, who heads off to do a Champions League match in midweek, but he doesn't know where yet. They don't tell him until tomorrow. Dodds now. Earlier in the season it looked like Dundee would be in for a season of struggle, but they've adapted pretty admirably to life in the top flight. They've got a grip. Anderson's cross has already gone behind.
Well, it's a lively start from Dundee, Ian, and one of the most notable things for me is you watch Ian Anderson. He goes well there, and it's not as we expected. Maurice Malpas tracking him, but Pasquale. So right away United have changed and put Malpas to right back and Pasquale to this side to keep an eye on Ian Anderson.
Siggy Jonsson's header. And there is Malpas. Matthew, who scored after just 3 minutes at Dunfermline last week, looking to put Dodds away. Already it's the sort of lively start you expect when these two come head-to-head.
Yep, it's a typical derby match. It's going to be meaty. There's going to be a few challenges thrown in as they battle for the second ball, because in derby games that's the most important thing early on. See who takes command quickly.
Paul Sturrock enjoyed these occasions as a player, 11 goals in Dundee derbies, and that's a record. Will he enjoy it as a manager? Adamchuk's quick free kick, away by De Vos. Matthew for Miller. And this is some surge for Dundee United. And Miller sends it across, and Billy Dodds has scored, but the flag is up, and it won't count. And Dodds doesn't make a dream start against one of his former clubs, ruled out offside.
Well, this one looks very tight. It's a tremendous run from Miller. He goes all the way. He tries in for goal. The linesman had his flag up sharp, and I think he's wrong. I think when that ball was struck from Miller, that Billy Dodds was on an onside position. And if we see it again, it's slowed down. Here it is when Miller strikes the ball. Now Dodds is in line. That is a goal, and Dundee are very lucky to get away with that early on.
So Billy Dodds denied by the officials, and having made a superb start at Dunfermline last week with that early Matthew goal, Dundee United should have repeated the feat because it should have been allowed.
Yeah, it certainly should, Ian. It's a difficult job. I've said before, things happen that fast now. And all credit to the linesman, he was in the perfect position. But for me, Dawes was just behind the Dundee defender, and the goal should have counted.
Well, Dodds was expecting a fair bit of stick today against one of his old teams. He joined Dundee from Chelsea, where he started his career. Pasquale, the Frenchman. It's come off Jim Patterson, and it'll be Dundee's throw. Ryan Irvin. Douglas back between the sticks. Anderson's header. And Matthew is going to carry. Miller saw the keeper off his line, but well, he had the right idea, but I think the execution of the idea is difficult to describe, really.
Well, it's a wry smile from Joe there, but it wasn't a bad idea. Robert Douglas, not a good clearance. Joe sees he's off his line, and it's a rather optimistic effort.
Highly ambitious from Joe Miller. Was that a push by Jason DeVos? It was indeed, on Coyne. It's Coyne's first start since August. So he'll be slightly fired up with this one. But then who won't be? Adamchuk. Miller. It was away by Malpass. It's going to be picked up by McInally. Easton trying to fend off Coyne. It's an almighty tussle, but to Hugh Dallas's credit, he had a perfect view of it. And Miller is stopped in his tracks by Adamchuk. McInally, former Dundee United man. Dave Rogers. Zetterlund. He was caught rather late.
Well, I think Zetterlund just rode that challenge there. It was in from McInally. You'll see him slide in there. He just touches it and jumps. There's no real contact there, but Mr. Dallas spot on with the free kick.
Dundee United not so hot at home this season. They've drawn 4 of their 6 Scottish Premier League games here, but they do have a corner now. Jim Patterson will trudge across to take the corner, and I guess he might be a good option. The strapping Canadian, Jason DeVos, signed from 3rd Division Darlington recently. Patterson's swirling corner, just too high for DeVos. Helped away by Rogers. Pasquale. Dodds getting booed by the Dundee fans. And here's Easton. And it was taken off his toes by Irvine. Sent off playing for Scotland's under-21s in midweek, Craig Easton.
Yeah, he's a very talented youngster. He'll try and get on the ball. And in these type of matches, that's very important because it's 100-mile-an-hour stuff. And I'm sure he'll have settled down from that little setback.
Certainly a frantic start as Matthew twists and turns yet again. And that flashed all the way across. It's going to be a big hit in the Scottish Premier League after returning north of the border from Ipswich. The Dundee manager, Jockey Scott, like Paul Sturrock, had a pretty good record as a player in these matches. 8 goals for Dundee. And that's a joint record for the club with Andy Campbell, who was pretty big in the 1920s.
Well, I'm sure you've probably seen him, Ian, so I'll take your word for that.
Good player. Miller's throw. This is Robbie Rayside. Annan. Another stray header. The up and under from Miller. Dealt with by Malpass. Joe Miller. He got away from McSkimming with ease. Adamchuk. Ian Anderson. Took a little deflection on his way in that. And McSkimming's going to retrieve it. McInally. Back to McSkimming. This is promising for Dundee. Was blocked by Siggy Johnson. A few lunges going in here and there. And Dodds for Dundee United superbly sets up Miller. It can be an awesome sight when he's in this mood. Still he goes. The final ball not great, but Matthew made the most of it. And here is Pasquale. Still not clear. Pasquale. Zetterlund. It's getting reflected all over the shop at the moment. Away by Alan Coop. Jim Patterson to Dodds. Poor ball from Zetterlund though, looking to put Miller away. And you can see that might be a pretty good idea for Dundee United, Mood Eason.
Yeah, Joe Miller started very lively, and it's interesting that the two more seasoned strikers, Tommy Coyne and Billy Dodds earlier, the men that are getting their foot on the ball and causing problems for the opposition defence.
Dundee United unbeaten in 8 Tayside derbies. Last time Dundee beat them in the top flight 6 years ago. They did beat them in Division 1 3 years ago though. And Adamchuk is going to get a yellow card. If it wasn't for the challenge, it certainly would have been for the dissent shown afterwards as he felled Dodds.
Well, it looked initially a rash challenge, but yes, it is a free kick that he gets the ball. But if there's one thing Hugh Dallas doesn't stand for, and that's dissent, and that is why Adamchuk is getting a yellow card. You doubted me a bit there, Ian.
No, I kind of thought it was coming. He's collected a few this season. He's already served a 3-match ban, in fact. Passing 16 points. And Pasquale. Away by Rayside. Dodds. Miller. Up towards Maffey. Easton. Maurice Malpass up to Maffey. Miller hugging the touchline. Whips in a decent cross, although it doesn't trouble Robert Douglas, who's earning quite a reputation in the game.
He's a good young goalkeeper. He's come on very, very well from his move from Livingston, and he's highly thought of by Alan Hodgkinson and the Scottish setup.
Here's Miller having another go with Dave Rogers down that side. No joy first time. How about second time? Straight to Douglas again. He missed last week's game with Kilmarnock with a groin injury, which has been troubling him in fact for some time.
Yeah, he's not been able to kick the ball, but I've seen he's launched a few already this evening, so he's obviously coming back full fitness.
Ian Anderson. Really promising player. Adamchuk. That's going to drift away from Sean McSkimming, and Miller will let it run. Dundee, which is one away win in the league this season at Hearts, one draw at Aberdeen, 4 defeats. Siggy Johnson. Arsenal, Sheffield Wednesday fans might well remember. It's one of their former players. That was a feature of a pass from Miller to Patterson. Onto his right foot, deflects off Irvine, corner.
Good play from United. The initial pass from Miller was superb. What a bit of vision that is. He picks out Patterson, who immediately attacks Willie Miller. It's a nice little crossover. And it's deflected wide for a corner.
Well, Dundee United's second corner of the game. And it went all the way towards the near post. And it drops here for Johnson. It's going to be a corner on the other side.
Well, it was good closing down there from McSkimming, I think it was. It bounced about in the area, but he was out sharp, got the block, but United keep the pressure on.
Jason DeVos lurking yet again. Jim Patterson is becoming a familiar sight already, whipping in these corners. Keeper thought about coming and didn't, and it's going to be yet another corner as Irvin pops that one behind. Miller will get ready to send this one in. And it was a good collect by Robert Douglas from Johnson.
It's a great header from Johnson. He just stretches up there, gets it on target, and it's a good one-handed save initially from Robert Douglas.
Here's Adamchuk. There is Adamchuk, firm favourite with the Dundee fans. He once scored a goal against England in a World Cup qualifier as well for Poland, which I guess would make him even more popular across the whole of Scotland.
Well, it does tend to go in your favour from time to time, Ian. But no, Darius, as you said, firm favourite Dundee fans, tremendous pace, and he also packs a fair old strike in that right boot of his.
He scored the last gasp equaliser in the first meeting between the teams this season. Now pass up towards Mathy, trickles through to Dodds, who turns and shoots. Awkward little bounce in front of Douglas.
Yeah, Robert Douglas, yeah, showing his full concentration. It's a nice little spin from Doddsy. Just turns there nice. It's a good shot on target. Robert Douglas keeps his eye on the ball and keeps it safe.
Well, the attempts at goal so far tell the story of Dundee United's domination, but here goes Adamchuk. Oh, and it just dropped away from Tommy Coyne. Dundee United are going to break now. Again. Miller. And no free kick given there. McInally's challenge. Brayside now. Dave Rogers. Anand looking to slide it through to Anderson. Pasquale knew he was there. It's not away yet though, down by Coyne. And they can't quite find each other in that area of the field at the moment. Miller. Stopped in his tracks by McInally. Anderson. Miller. Gets it back from Adamchuk. Rather lazily struck forward though. Here's Zetterlund. Offside flag up against Mathy.
Yeah, it looked a bit tight there again, but United are making most of the running, but that last Dundee attack, here you go, Matty just going to touch early. Eddie Annan was screaming for the ball for the cutback from Darius Adamchuk, and they cut it back too far past everybody.
Irvin's free kick cut out by Zetterlund, and it could spell more danger for Dundee. Mathy looking for Dodds. Dodds is in here, and a good smother from Douglas.
Well, Dundee are certainly on the rack at the moment. We're just under 20 minutes into the game, and it's a great move from United against a slide rule pass from Mathy. Dodd gets a touch, but Robert Douglas is out quickly, and that is a tremendous save.
That's the sort of form that Douglas has been in this season. He's got another corner to contend with here, though, from Jim Patterson. And it was nodded down by Johnson. Douglas there again.
Yes, he's a big, solid goalkeeper. The ball coming in, he doesn't commit himself to the cross. Stays there, and that's bread and butter for Robert Douglas.
Here's Coyne. He couldn't connect. And Alan Combe nearly made a horrible fumble then.
Well, that was Keystone Cop stuff there.
Well, that's a definite up and under, which Malpass will send back to Combe, who was a little more comfortable that time.
Yeah, it was a strange one there. Tommy Coy, much to the delight of the United fans who he used to score for here. Missed kicks of it. Combe with top of concentration. What about that? And he's fortunate enough to get away with it.
Good job he wasn't standing directly in front of his goal. Malpass. Zetterlund always looked like he would be caught by Adamchuk. Ian Anderson. Miller. Dundee biting back a bit. Adamchuk. Miller. Given away though to Craig Easton. Miller away to Malpass. Making his 589th league appearance for Dundee United today. Miller to Mathy. Malpass. Handball shouts, but wasn't quite from Zetterlund. Or on the side of his body, although it mattered not in the end because possession is given back to Dundee. Dundee promoted as First Division champions last season. Lost their first 4 games of the campaign. Before turning things around, they have been as high as 5th this season. Here's Miller. Dodds making the run, but Irvin will surely marshal that behind for the goal kick.
Yeah, well, those two players know plenty about each other after a spell at Aberdeen. And it's intriguing stuff all over the park at the moment. And a word of praise also for the referee, and it's been nice fast-flowing stuff. And Hugh Dallas has kept it going.
Vastly experienced, of course. And officiated at the World Cup as well. I find it quite amazing that he has that Champions League match on Wednesday, but still doesn't know which one it is.
Probably just as well.
Miller at full stretch to keep it in. Dundee United ahead on possession, and certainly at times they've been booming away towards the Dundee goal. Free kick Dundee. Dodds, the hero of Scotland's Euro 2000 qualifiers last month, of course, but a high boot there.
Well, Wally Miller there is very brave in general terms, and he showed that again, putting his face in where the boots are flying, but hey, it's a derby match.
Midway through the first half. Ooh, and that was not looking initially as comfortable as it turned out to be for the keeper.
Alan Coombs had a nervy start, and he knows all about Dundee because he played there last year for St Mirren and lost a goal from over 40 yards from Darius Adamchuk, so I don't think Dundee are his most favourite team.
Mathy. There's Anderson running at Pasquale. But that's going to be Alan Coombs again. Much expected of this young man, though.
Yeah, he's a massive favourite with the Dundee fans. He can play right early. I would like to see him on the other side against Malpass. See if he can get any change out of, would we say, Morris's more mature legs, but you see him there, he likes to attack people. But on the other side, he could cut in and maybe have a strike at goal.
More mature legs, I like it.
Yes, well, Morris, I have nothing but respect for this man. He's a tremendous servant, not only to Dundee United, but to the Scotland game in general. And really, you can't put in a word just how well respected this man is in the game.
Dundee United have the worst home record in the Scottish Premier League. And they certainly need to improve on that soon. They're one of 3 teams on 14 points at the bottom, Aberdeen and Dunfermline the other 2. Over the top by Adamchuk, but too far ahead of Coyne. Miller. Malpass. Tomorrow night in the FA Carling Premiership, we're at Goodison Park for Everton against Newcastle. 2 teams struggling a little bit so far this season. Monday at 7, Sky Sports 1. And on Tuesday night, it's the FA Cup replay, and it promises to be some night. Lee RMI against Kevin Keegan's Fulham, Tuesday 7:30, Sky Sports 3, that one. Here in the Dundee derby, it's goalless. It's a free kick for Patterson. Dealt with rather uncompromisingly by Irvine.
Well, that's certainly how to clear your lines there. The unit went from the 6-yard line virtually halfway to the United half there, and certainly got Dundee rather well out of their own box.
So it'll be a throw-in for Adamchuk. Need a bit of long one.
Certainly will be in his, got that in his armoury as well, but there we are, he's fooled a lot of us.
He's going to get in there somehow though, like that. It came off De Vos. Anand on the chase. McSkimming. Eddie Anand. And it's going to swirl away rather disappointingly from Dundee's point of view.
Well, it wasn't a bad ball in there from Anand, really. It's a good area. There you see him battling away. He whips it in, but I'm sure he'd rather be on the end of this. But in a short spell with Dundee, the 2 strikers there, Eddie Anand and James Grady, really were first-class finishers. I'm sure given a chance tonight, first Anand and then maybe Grady will relish put one in the net.
Adamchuk, I'm sure that was intended for him by Irvine. It certainly came at him full pelt. Zetterlund to Patterson. Another uncompromising clearance. Indeed, have Adamchuk down at the moment. Holding his ankle. Malpass to Dodds. And Adamchuk will now need a little bit of treatment. His 100th league appearance for Dundee today across 2 spells. He's a bit of a have-boots will travel footballer. Also played for the likes of Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany and Udinese in Italy, and Legia Warsaw in his homeland Poland. Jockey Scott will be hoping that it's nothing too serious for one of his star men.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And we talked earlier about the 2 managers being great strikers. But I'm sure there's enough on the park tonight with Coyne and Anand and Matthew and Dodds to start making the same headlines as these 2 guys did maybe a couple of decades ago.
Adamchuk's okay. Patterson. Adamchuk quickly back into the thick of it, but unfairly into the thick of it, and he's been penalised.
Well, Hugh Dallas couldn't have had a better opportunity to see that. I thought Adamchuk played the ball first, and maybe got a better angle there. Yep, he played the ball, and there you see the tackle. And perhaps Dundee a little unfortunate to concede one there. But it looks like Johnson's lining up a speculative try here.
Dundee United were beaten by a free kick themselves last week at Dunfermline. Scott McCulloch's super drive. Siggy Johnson certainly having a look at this one. And he has a go. Well, the wall did its job.
Yeah, Johnson not short of confidence. Had a good game last week. Got that one too straight. And easily mopped up by the wall.
Here's Dodds. Malpass, well forward. Under pressure from Rogers and Max Kinning, but he's got the throw. And another free kick going Dundee United's way. McInally penalised.
Yeah, it's a throw from Malpass. It's definitely high feet. And it may be Morse's 589 is it today? I can't recall him being so forward in many of them. Although I do believe Morris has scored 1 or 2 goals. Somebody may be able to give us an exact total.
Not that many. It's whipped in, and Dodds' header is touched over in the end by Robert Douglas.
Yeah, big Robert again. It's a concentration level, these derby games. We flick there from Dodds. It's dropping just over, but Douglas makes sure.
So another Dundee United corner. The 6th of the game so far. 6-0 on corners. Good punch clear by Douglas. Convincing. Pasquale, not very convincing.
Well, I'm afraid it was that unconvincing, and that one just about landed in the car park at Dens Park there, up the road. So it could be a ball for Dundee for tomorrow, for training.
Yeah, it might have gone in the net at Dundee's ground.
Yeah, well, you never know. You see Pascal line up, tries a shot. It's wide. And if the camera went up a bit, you'd have seen that one bouncing merrily up Canary Street.
Well, 10 attempts at goal for Dundee United so far. Half of them on target. Dundee yet to find the target, but then they have had only the 1 attempt. Here's Maffey. Here's Dodds. Maffey going in for the return. Oh, he just missed it. And it came off Rogers, I think, in the end. Dundee survived a scare then. And they try now to give Dundee United a taste of similar medicine.
Well, it was another sweeping move from United. It's gone a bit further on than that, but Mathey and Dawes linked up, and it took a tremendous clearance from Dave Rogers to stop Alec Mathey, putting United 1 up.
Now, Damchuk has gone down injured again, hence the delay in this throw-in.
Well, here we're talking about Mathey to Dodds, and Dodds puts it in that grey area between the defenders and the goalie. Mathey just missed it, and it's Rogers behind them. But you'll see here, Mathey has the chance to connect first, and if he does, United are 1 up, and he just hits fresh air.
Foul by Jim Patterson on Miller. Looks like Adamchuk is really struggling though for Dundee. He has to go down again.
Well, that would be a blow if Adamchuk was to go off. He's a big player for Dundee.
Here's Anderson. Blocked by Mathey, helping out his defence.
Well, it's an all-committed, all-action derby. United very much on top, and I'm sure we've seen a little while what the possession is like, but it must be all United so far, and Dundee really need to start testing Alan Coombe.
Billy Dodds. Here's Malpass. Craig Easton. Dundee with plenty of men behind the ball. And that has given Easton far too much to do. A return from Miller.
Well, there we are, we spoke about it, and United well on top. Got most of the ball, they've created all the chances. And Dundee really need to start getting back into this match, and quickly.
Stewart spent his entire playing career here. Patterson and Anderson. Pasquale's throw. Mappy. He was looking for Miller. He was barged off it by Adamchuk. He's already on a yellow card.
Well, once again, Hugh Dalf was right on top of it. He spotted the incident, so there can be no real cause for complaint there.
Here's Mappy, but the race side shot off that particular route towards goal. Alex Mathie, 2 goals for Dundee United so far, but he offers so much more besides goals.
Yeah, he'll be really disappointed that last chance because he's got a slight touch in it. Maybe took his eye off the ball, and it's cost United a goal that they really do deserve at this moment in time.
Irvin. Away by Siggy Jonsson. Header won well by Anderson. Louis Miller. Jonsson found Dodds. And it was well won back by Irvin. And Coyne unable to nudge it through to Anand. Jim Patterson. Dodds waited for it to come. And his former Aberdeen teammate Brian Irvin ensured that it didn't come. Here's Miller. He might have a go here, Miller.
Well, Joe Miller showing that he's been very lively in this first half. He picks it up, and the Dundee defence back off and back off. They're on his weaker left foot. It flies well over the bar, but yet another effort from United. But for all the dominance, they still don't have the goal.
Anand to Coyne. McInally. Dave Rogers, who started his career with Tranmere Rovers. Mathie quickly through to Billy Dodds. Mathie's still over there with him. Here he is. Coyne. And Malpass to the more mature guys together.
Yeah, they've got 1 or 2 matches behind them, we would think.
Zetterlund. Malpass. Dundee United's throw. Considered by McSkimming. And it's going to be a long one. Jason DeVos. Darlington fans will know all about both of them before heading north of the border. And he's got a cross in towards Patterson. This is Zetterlund. Easton went all the way back to DeVos on the halfway line. DeVos, a Canadian international. He was booked just after coming on, less than a minute after coming on, I think it was last week at Dunfermline. This is his second start. Dodds. Tackle from Irvin, he won the ball. And Adamchuk now finds Ian Anderson. Dundee on the break. Anderson terrorising Pasquale. Lovely cross as well. And a save as Anand's header tests Alan Coombe to the full.
Well, this is Anderson at his best, the first time he's going to run. Pasquale, that is a tremendous cross, a great header. But it tells you something, that when Robert Douglas at the Dundee end is applauding the opposition goalkeeper, just how good a save that was.
Their first attempt on target, that Dundee. Here's Billy Dodds meantime. Ooh, and blocked by Irvin. The two former Aberdeen men having some tussle, but it's really sweeping from end to end now. Here's Adamton. Oh, and he just seemed to scuff the shot.
Well, it's going from end to end now. What a match. A tremendous save from Coombe. Dodge peels off of Irvine here. Tremendous first touch, but Brian Irvine is dogged. He gets back, and that is tremendous defending from the big man, and saves another target. Sure on target.
Zetterlund up towards Dodds again. Out of play by Robbie Rayside. DeVos certainly put himself about Adamczyk then. Here's Matthew. Has he got the beating of Rayside? He did have, but then couldn't supply anything approaching the description of the cross.
Well, I think Matthew may have damaged his hamstring here. This could be a blow for United. He was stretching as he went across here. Just keep an eye on his right leg. He battles the Rayside. Good pace, whips it in. Falls awkwardly, but immediately clutches his leg. And United Paul Sturrock maybe a little bit worried about that.
Matthew. Doss. And they've had a few more games together. It will be a pretty awesome partnership. Anderson. Oh, he's given that away to Miller. Irvine was there once again. Easton just going to run away from him.
Well, it's lively stuff, but United, that was a United fan. I'd be a bit worried about the chances they've missed. And the danger pose from Dundee there. Moynihan's header was superbly saved by Alan Coombe.
Pasquale. Anand. He's on his own down that side at the moment. And he's got the free kick.
Well, Joe Moore just caught him with no more. Looks like a little trip. Aaron knocks it away. There's the clip. Free kick. United, Dundee, so they bring up the big guns, Irvine and Rayside from the back.
Well, it really would stun their city rivals, street rivals indeed. They could go ahead here just before half-time. Ian Anderson's free kick. Oh, nearly went straight in. It came off the post, but Coombe just managed to pour it out off the line.
Well, this is exactly what Ian Anderson's all about. He whips it in near post. He catches Coombe. It's a tremendous stop on the line. It bounces back off the post. And for all the dominance, United are lucky to survive at half-time level.
How close was that? Siggy Johnson. Sent out of play by Dave Rogers. Malpass. And that's going to drift disappointingly through to Douglas. I don't suppose the Dundee players or fans would think it was that disappointing. Willie Miller. And here's Pasquale. And now Patterson. Dodds. Patterson again. He got the cross in. Miller tried to come in on it. Just trickled away from Dodds. Frantic derby stuff, but no goals so far. Pasquale. Maffey. Easton. He might get a cross in here via a deflection. Oh, that bounced over Tommy Coyne's head. Johnson, Patterson. Away by Rogers.
Well, they often say a derby game needs an early goal in, and is it maybe ironic that the goal we had was chopped off?
That's the early one from this man, Dodds. He now wins the free kick.
Yep, McInally and Irvine both contrive to bring down the man whose controversial goal was chopped up.
So will it be the right boot of Miller to send it in? This is Easton. Shut down by McSkinning. Pasquale sends it back in. Away by Miller, but only to Patterson. Joe Miller now. And he got the better of Miller, but not of McInally.
Well, we've spoken in the past about Malpas doing the cover work. It was Jim McInally showing just how vital he is to the Dundee cause.
So in first half injury time, De Vos is preparing for a long throw. Canadian gets it back. Easton. Joe Miller. Easton. And the half-time whistle has gone at Tannadice. Billy Dodds with an early goal, ruled out for offside. And look though, the officials might not have got it correct. Alex Mappy just failed to prod home from close range. And Eddie Annan had a header superbly saved by Alan Combe. It's goalless at the break.
The great lineup of international sport continues next week over in Sky Sports 2. On Thursday morning from 8:30, we're live from Johannesburg for international cricket, the first test between South Africa and the West Indies. And next Saturday, live from Twickenham, is international rugby union as England take on Australia. At Tannadice, it's half-time in the 100th All-Dundee League derby. It's goalless, but not from the want of trying from United's part. Just one booking in this game so far. Not bad for a derby. That's a Damchuk of Dundee. But territorially, United well on top, but Dundee beginning to threaten themselves, so they might just get in front the longer this one goes on. Charlie, thoroughly entertaining. Injustice as far as United are concerned with the Dodds goal, which
absolutely
didn't stand.
no doubts at all. Our camera angle was spot on, and that's what makes life easier for us, Jim, I have to say. Wonderful time run from Billy Dodds. Joe Miller's been influential in the start. Good link-up play. Matthew again involved. Watch his run though. I love this. It goes right near post. Good to see an attacker do that. Unfortunately, what happens with linesmen, as I still call them, you see, like, at best, he's just a half a yard onside for me. But they keep watching the line of the ball, and by the time the ball gets to Dodds, that's when they start to raise the flags, and that's where they get caught out. It is difficult. There's only a second to make a decision. It is difficult. But it was a goal, and Dundee United probably deserved it too.
And Dundee better get a handle on Dodds, and quickly, because he is threatening, isn't he, up front?
No, but it's not just Dodds, it's a partnership of Matthew and Dodds. What they are, they're very close together. And they work off. He's look how close, like 10 yards. First thought in his mind is turn and get an effort and goal. Not the most powerful strike, but look at the positive attitude. Turn and try your luck. And if you keep doing that, eventually you will get your reward. And here, I was a little bit disappointed. He did try and lift it over the goalkeeper. But credit to the keeper on that occasion, Robert Douglas. He's been very solid. And Dodds, he probably be disappointed. Normally finishes these, but I have to say, a wonderful save from the keeper.
Paul Sturrock, Charlie, is so well served up front, isn't he? If Dodds doesn't score, Matthew might, and he should have.
Yeah, I think he told us before kick-off he'd like to see more from his midfield. Alex likes running at people. He should have scored here for me. It's a lovely cross in from Billy Dodds. It goes by the first defender, which was crucial. And Alex really should have got a touch. Watch this. It just goes by, just beautifully by the first defender. He just needs to get a clean strike in it, and it should have been a goal. And United again have been dominant, but but they've not made it count.
And as we said, Dundee coming back into this game,
Yeah.
and Ian Anderson, a player you rate highly,
Yeah.
he's beginning to show, isn't he?
Lovely skills. They've been strong in midfield. They've been dominated and they've accepted that. But what I love about this, it's just, there's no doubts in his mind. Just go and take your man on, commit him. But look at the quality cross. Annan's striding that all season from the kid. Good save again from Coombe, but a lovely header. Maybe he could have tried to get it further back across the post where it came from. If he could have, Dundee could have made it count. Never count them out when they have somebody like Coyne, Anderson and particularly Annan. They will score, I think, eventually tonight, but United still are the stronger side.
Coombe, Charlie, the United goal, he's got to keep his eye on Anderson, hasn't he? He nearly scored from that
Well,
free
a
kick.
tremendous pace on it, wasn't it? Credit to the keeper, got lucky. But the kid, he really knows how to cross the ball. And when you've got that asset, you've got to use it. They should give him the ball all the second half, and they'll be a threat all night long.
It's a difficult one to call right now, isn't it? The longer
Fine
this
line.
one goes on...
It's a fine line to call. Dundee United are the better team, and all round I would agree with that. But you never rule Dundee out because they've got potential goal scorers.
Well, it's goalless at Tannadice, but thoroughly entertaining. The 100th Dundee derby in the league. It's goalless, as I say, 0-0. The second half is coming up after this. A reminder of the live football coming up for you in the next couple of days here on Sky Sports. It's Everton against Newcastle tomorrow night from 7 o'clock over on Sky Sports 1. And here on Tuesday night from 7:30, it's FA Cup football and the first round replay between Lee RMI and Kevin Keegan's Fulham. That's live football coming up for you on Monday and Tuesday night here on Sky Sports. At Tannadice, it's all about the Dundee derby. No goals so far, but no shortage of entertainment. A thoroughly engrossing contest between United and Dundee. Charlie, will we get a winner from these two tonight?
I think we will. I went for United before kick-off, Jim. I still stick by that. I think they have been dominant, but I don't rule Dundee out whether they can go on and win this. It's such a fine line between the two teams. It could be that the first goal scored tonight could be the winner, but I think there's a few goals in it yet. And I really think Anderson's could be the match winner for Dundee. But the partnership of Matty and Billy Dawes in particular for United up front, for me, looks like the most dangerous. And I'm going to stick my neck out still with Dundee United.
OK, Charlie, let's rejoin John Robertson and Ian Crocker.
Cheers, Jim. Well, there's only been 2 goalless draws in 26 Scottish Premier League meetings between these two Tayside teams. Paul Surratt took over the club where he was a legend as a player in September, joining from St Johnstone. And Tommy McLean departed after Dundee United's terrible start to the season. They've shown 1 or 2 signs of gradually turning the corner, and so too have Dundee as well. On the banks of the River Tay, who will sink and who will swim in this second half? It's Dundee United, who started off and had by far the better of the first half, but there were those little warnings from Dundee. Hugh Dallas's whistle signals the start of the second half then. Plenty of chances in the first half, none converted. What will the story be in the second half?
Well, United had all the dominance in. Don't rule this Dundee team out. And let's hope this time we get more goals.
United throw for the... Well, they were all veterans almost. Morris Malpass. Annan. Willie Miller. Damchuk. Zetterland for company. And that's going to be a throw-in. Covers so many areas of the field, Darius Damchuk.
Yeah, he certainly gets up and down that pace of his. And going forward, he's certainly a threat. And he works very, very hard for the dark blue colours.
Second spell with Dundee. Malpass up towards Matthew. Quite scraped the top of his head. Played for Newcastle in England before he went to Ipswich. Started off his career in Scotland though with Celtic. Also played for Morton. Siggy Johnson. Dodds. He's got past Irvine. Malpass. Maffey pulls it back, and Easton, oh, the keeper, Douglas, saved and just recovered to grab hold of it before Dodds could pounce.
Well, once again, Robert Douglas shows his value to Dundee. It's a great strike. He does enough to stop it, and the luck stays with him as the spin keeps out the net. And he recovers just before Dodds. He just got enough of his body between the ball and the ground. And Dundee escape again as United pour forward.
Here's Maffey. Maffey's been hurt, but in fact he has got straight up. This is some run by Anderson. It's about to be brought to an end by DeVos. Anderson almost caught him late. DeVos has it anyway. The giant Canadian could become a bit of a favourite here.
Yeah, superb covering him from the boss there. Paul Sturrock said he felt he'd signed a new David Neary when he got him, so that's takes a lot of living up to begin with.
Fair praise. Here's Miller. Meantime, comfortably dealt with by Rayside. Excellently dealt with. But skimming. Coyne. Side flag is up.
Well, Tommy Coyne is shaking his head there. It's a faraway linesman. Raises his flag again with a. You see Tommy making the run, and he's not offside again. And that's not even close to being offside, but once more, the far side linesman. Who is the man that counts? Put his flag up.
He's too short of 200 league goals in his career, Tommy Coyne. He hasn't had too many chances himself to edge towards that milestone today. Corner kick, or goal kick rather. Whether Dodds was playing for the corner.
Well, once again, Mr. Dallas' position couldn't have been better. He was in a superb spot. He's about 10 yards away from this. A great little turn from Dodgy again. I don't see any touch there from Irvine. And Mr. Dallas got it correct.
Right again, Hugh.
You obviously know this, Mr. Dallas, from us. Or sir.
I'll bet.
Yeah, well, here it is again. Easton drives it in. As you'll see there, Douglas just gets enough between the side of his body and the ground. The ball jams between it. And the big man gets those long arms out and stops Dodds, making it 1-0.
26 years of age, and he's actually making his 50th league appearance for Dundee, ever present in last season's promotion campaign. After joining them from Livingston.
Yeah, he had a tremendous record in the First Division last year as well, Ian. I think not only was he the top goalkeeper for shouts in the Scottish Cup, but he had a tremendous amount of clean sheets in the First Division for Dundee.
Here's Dodds. Easton. Effectively, will be backed by Willie Miller, so his keeper.
Well, I've run up against Willie a few times in the Edinburgh derbies, and you get 100% full commitment from the guy, and he's showing that despite winning the dark blue of Dundee these days.
As he left Hibernian in the summer, his contract expired. So a 4-year deal here. Jim Patterson. Go Dundee United again, perhaps. Malpass will drift away from Maffey.
Big Robert Douglas, immense value for Dundee. As we mentioned earlier, not far away from breaking through into the international setup.
Well, there is a vacancy there after Jim Leighton's international retirement. Sullivan and Jonathan Gould battling it out for the #1 spot. Midfielder amongst the up-and-coming. Now this challenge.
Well, once again, Mr. Dallas has penalised Adamchuk. It's 3 or 4. Adamchuk's been shaking his head ruefully.
Dodds. Langford amongst the up-and-coming keepers. And then Douglas, of course, but Jamie Langford also is very highly rated. #2 at Dundee. Pasquale. Matthew. Done by Matthew. Willie Miller. Oh, it's a corner this time, though.
Willie was first to react there initially. He knew where the real danger was. It was out wide. There you see him. There's the danger. He comes in behind, tries to steer it back to Robert Douglas. Just goes out for that corner.
Which is swung in by Miller and collected by Douglas, and that could be a decent throw as well. Henry Coyne just about have the legs to get there. Here's Brayside. Damchuk just tickled it through to Miller. Easton. Matthew. Matthew bursting into the box. Oh, and nobody was there waiting for that pullback. The wrong option for United. McInally looking to put a Damchuk away. And Pasquale back to the keeper. Damchuk slid several yards and might get the chance to do it again. They put them under a bit of pressure then at Damchuk with his never-say-die attitude.
Yeah, it was end to end. Pasquale very confident in Coombe here, rolls it back. And Alan Coombe, despite being under immense pressure, look at that, just tickles it to the left.
Skimming. Rogers. Suddenly it opens up for him a little bit. Allen is away on the right, but they couldn't find him. They might do now, though. Headed on by Annan. There was a nasty clash between the two. And the referee immediately stopped play.
Yeah, Anderson Brave going for it. The two of them collide. And they fought awkwardly there. And those Brave, he gets up. He crashes into Pasquale. Both players requiring a little bit of treatment here.
Pasquale on his feet. Anderson not quite managing that just yet. Well, tomorrow night in the FA Carling Premiership in England, it's Everton against Newcastle, hoping to kickstart their seasons. Monday at 7, Sky Sports 1. And there's FA Cup replay action on Tuesday night. Lee RMI against Kevin Keegan's Fulham. Should be some occasion. Sky Sports 3, 7:30 on Tuesday. Still treatment for Anderson and Pasquale. And this is the reason why.
Yeah, you see Pasquale's head seemed to collide with Anderson's arm there, and Anderson fell awkwardly. Hence the reason it's a foot injury for Anderson. And a dazed looking Bernard Pasquale.
Looks a bit tired as well. Won't have much chance to have a snooze in this game at the moment. Anderson seems to be of more concern. And Rocky Scott monitoring the situation. to the Scottish under-21s in midweek. Ian Anderson. Looks like he's okay. And Pasquale also okay, despite looking a little groggy. Miller. In towards Annan. Away by Johnson. Brian Irvin. Ray side. It was inexplicably hurried by Rodgers, but it kind of came off in a strange sort of way for Dundee. Here's Eddie Annan. Or rather Anderson. Cypher will go up against Tommy Coyne, who's had a partially frustrating night.
Yeah, Tommy just got caught late there. There's no doubt the linesman got this one 100% right. It's not been one of Tommy's better nights. He's been frustrated, as you said, Ian. And I feel sure we'll see the introduction of James Grady before long.
He was due to get one right soon, that linesman, mind you.
Well, we've said in the studio there's Charlie as well. It's a difficult job, but he got that one spot on. And we'll forgive him his earlier misdemeanours.
Pasquale came off Rodgers' head, and he'll try and stop it going to the throw. Couldn't quite get there. Mind our camera, please. Thank you.
I think he was just checking up on the score for the English Premiership there earlier on today.
Another injury now to Joe Miller. That'll mean another delay.
Well, this one looked very similar to Ian Anderson's one earlier on there, where they both went for the header and fell awkwardly.
Paul Sturrock's turn to be concerned. Miller on his feet. Jason DeVos in familiar pose. It's a decent long throw. Siggy Johnson. Patterson. Oh dear. He did well to create a bit of space for himself to send it in, but then didn't send it in very well.
You also mentioned earlier, Ian, James Grady. The Scottish tracky bombs up. Here's United on the attack. Just pushed well over the bar. But it could be. See the introduction with a little live wire. James Grady up front very shortly.
And you suspected he'd be on for Tommy Coyne, and I'm sure that's exactly how the substitution will pan out. As we reach the hour mark, and Robert Douglas is going to get a bit of a ticking off from Hugh Dallas here. Get a move on.
Yeah, Hugh Dallas just telling the move it along rather. I think Big Robert took his advice.
There's hardly a kick worth waiting for. Tucked out of play by Siggy Johnson. Giving Dundee and their fans a little bit of hope here. Willie Miller. Anderson. Couldn't find a way past the Frenchman, Pasquale. The free kick is given for obstruction, which Anderson takes. Chewed up by Zetterlund, that one. I'll come back in again, though. Looks a pretty solid defender, Pasquale.
Yeah, he's been poor that Anderson's taken on a couple of times, put good crosses in, but Pasquale has done very well. I'd like to see Anderson on this left side against Malpas, just to see exactly what he'll do against the veteran defender.
Irvin. Oh dear, that was a defender's shot, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, Big Brian's not known for his 25-yard strikes, and that one will play fast.
And the noise you can hear is for the arrival of Dundee's James Grady, top scorer last season as Dundee won promotion to the Scottish Premier League. And Grady, First Division Player of the Year in Scotland last season, is going to replace, as we expected, Tommy Coyne.
Yeah, Grady, very live wire type of player, small, sharp, and he knows where the goals are, and you can hear the lift that will give the Dundee team that fans are on their feet. They know this man can score goals, and now along with Annan, it's the strike partnership that brought them up.
Here's Dodds though, knocked up by Miller, scuffed into the stands by Douglas. He hasn't made too many mistakes this season.
No, Roberts had a good game so far. He's kept United at bay, he's kept Dundee in the match. And with the introduction, as I said now, with Grady up front to partner Annan, could be that Dundee can now find the spark to light this derby up.
DeVos with a long throw, flicked on by Patterson! Oh, and Matthew just couldn't quite steer it goalwards. Not for the first time in this game.
Well, Jockey Scott will be fierce, there's no mark as it's flicked on, and Matthew is about 12 inches away from putting United ahead.
Surely there's got to be a goal soon. McInally's clearance will find Ian Anderson. Support from Miller. Up to Eddie Annand. Back to McInally. But wasted somewhat by the former Dundee United man.
Yeah, I think you see him signalling there, looking for Grady to go on. Despite his sharpness, I don't think even young James would have gone to the end of that one.
Wonderful work by Miller. He's not going to do anything. Anderson. Annand. That's the flick on that James Grady wanted. Back towards Annand! Oh, he's put it wide! What a wonderful opportunity created by the two who formed such a lethal promotion partnership last season.
Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The two know each other's game inside out. The initial flick from Annan finds Grady. It's a magnificent back heel, and there's Annan trying to steer it in the corner. And when you're a finisher as good as Eddie is, you've got to be very disappointed that this one didn't at least hit the target. There's a little touch, there's Annan. Tries to steer it past Coombe. To the dismay of the Dundee fans, it just slips past the post as well.
Grady and Annand combining to great effect though, as they did last season with almost 30 goals between them in the First Division. Malpass. Dodds left it, but Rayside was there. Here's Jason DeVos. Patterson. Teasing Willie Miller. Still teasing him. Across, met by Irvin. Patterson gets another chance. Pasquale! That was a fierce one as well.
United pouring down the slope. Pasquale drills this one in. But once again, Robert Douglas gets that 6'4", 6'5" frame right behind the ball.
Here's Grady. He goes for it himself this time. It ends up in pretty much the same place as Allen's effort did.
Yeah, well, this is a warning though. Grady flicks it over Siggy Johnson. He's always looking for the goal and the quickest way to it. Drives it short. It's not one of the wee man's better strikes. Rest assured he'll be back for more.
It was away by Miller. It's 50-50 as far as second half possession is concerned.
Well, Dundee have come back into it. They're creating chances. And this match is now nicely balanced.
Irvin throwing a rather spectacular clearance. McInally won it back. Adamchuk now. Johnson finding Miller. Miller to Matthew. Matthew back to Miller, who's forced a little wide. And his cross is just going to loop over the bar.
Well, Matthew Miller, teammates at Celtic once linking up. Wee Joe will not be too chuffed about that cross of attention.
There's Adamczyk, whilst all that was going on, was on the floor in the other half of the field. He's picked up one or two knocks tonight. Turns up on his feet again. Anand overhit that. Dundee United went 7 games without winning at the start of the season. Dundee had a shocking start as well. Both these teams were dumped out of the League Cup by lower division sides. Dundee United at Ross County of the 3rd division, and Dundee by Alloa of the 2nd. Your Livingston boys beat yesterday.
Yeah, Alloa not a bad side. Manager Tom Hendry's got them well drilled, and they took advantage of Dundee's pure start to the season.
Matthew, and credit to Douglas, who came bursting out off his line then.
Yeah, Big Robert again. He's alive. His concentration's at 100% tonight. He's keeping Dundee well and truly in the thick of this derby match.
Which way is this Tayside tussle going to swing? Miller. Away by Rogers.
Well, we see that Dundee are slowly but surely creeping back into this match. They're beginning to create chances. United just can't kill them off.
Irvin. Adamczyk saw the slight glimpse of a chance, but Johnson dealt with it confidently. Irvin in ahead of Dodds. And Easton was looking for Miller, didn't find him, but he's got it now. Miller tucking it through to Dodds, and again Douglas sprung out very quickly.
Well, superb link-up blue United again. Miller, Matthew, Dodds with a little diagonal run. But you must give credit to the big goalie. Straight out there again, smothers the ball. And the danger averted once more.
Siggy Johnson spins away from Anand. Anderson did well to release Adamczyk. The cross aimed towards Grady, but always going to be the keepers. Quick throw finds Joe Miller. Zetterland, Easton. Squall, who was picked up on a free transfer from Le Havre. Zetterland. Dundee United spraying the passes around. Will it be to any great effect? Matthew to Dodds. Dodds with 8 goals this season at club level, 5 of them for Dundee United, 3 for Aberdeen. They all came in a hat-trick, in fact, in the League Cup at the start of the season against Inverness Cally Thistle. He also got a hat-trick on his full Dundee United debut, St Johnstone. Johnson's clearance cannoned off Brady, but here's DeVos, and here's Malpas. Sweeping pass from Malpas and Matthew. No way past Brian Irvin, though. There's been a lock. The former Aberdeen man has met most things that have come his way so far tonight.
Well, that tells it all. 12 tackles, he's 111. You get tremendous commitment from the big man. He very, very rarely lets anybody down. And he's doing the same again this evening.
Came off Patterson. It'll be Dundee's throw. Taken by Miller. Brady. A little nudge from Johnson. Miller. McAnally. Cross towards Rogers. Brady usually headed it on to Anderson. Going to have a go at Pasquale. Actually just cannoned off his heel. Adamczyk though. Looks skimming. Miller well forward. It's a bit of a late fall in the box from him. Joman for Dundee United. Patterson's in a bit of space. Here he is. Oh, he's gone past his man. But what a block by Adamczyk. After he'd beaten McAnally, who was back close to him again, he's conceded the throw.
It was good play from the winger, but Jim McAnally never gives up. Once Adamczyk is blocked, McAnally was out to avert the danger. Dundee survive again.
It was on a handball by McAnally, it was. And this will be an interesting free kick.
Well, Jim trying to protest there, but credit to the the referee Hugh Dallas. As we saw the manager poster it there. Again, he was in the perfect position, and this is real danger for Dundee.
Especially with the likes of DeVos hanging around. Well, it was knocked away by Miller. And this one's gone through. And Douglas here there again. Joe Miller is the man in the middle of it for Dundee United.
Yeah, it's like there was two Millers there initially. Good defending from Willie Miller. He just eased Joe Miller off the ball to keep the Dundee goal intact.
Looks skimming. Going to curl us up that way. Irvin. Brady on the chase, but Johnson has that one covered. Pretty sure Brady will chase towards Alan Coombe and force him to do that.
Yeah, James Brady never gives you a minute's peace. Great touch and a tremendous eye for goal. Scored many spectacular ones last year. And oh, what would the Dundee fans give for one tonight?
Eddie Anand, Miller, Anderson. Miller's cross, Anand first time. Inside the final quarter of an hour. Matthew's on the chase here with the Ray side. It's come off Matthew. And it will be in favour of Dundee.
Well, it was a good race. Matthew showing his pace to get away from Ray side. And the big defender get back, whacks it off Matthew. And Dundee get the throw.
1-5. Bad from the central defenders for Dundee tonight. Side and Irvin. Here's Zetterlund though, slipping it through to Matthew and Dodds at full stretch. I make that about the third time a ball's gone across the box like that in this game. There's been not enough contact.
Well, once again, it's a little slip to Matthew, whips it in, Dodds is onside. And if the last one was a foot away, that one can be about 6 inches as Dodds gets in there. All it needed was even a merest of touches off his studs. And that could have been in.
Grady looking for a damn shot. And no foul, says Hugh Dallas. Township in agony again. That's becoming a familiar sight in this derby match. And Dundee, I don't think have realised that he's still down, hence they haven't kicked it out yet. Rodgers and the feet of Miller were pretty high then. Township was oblivious to all that has gone on.
Well, Darius Adamczyk must have wondered what he's done wrong to Mr. Dallas tonight. He's had no change out of him. There's been 3 or 4 free kicks that Mr. Dallas has given against him, and he's given him nothing the other way. You see here, he gets a touch first, and that's not much in it there, but perhaps the Dundee man correctly looking for the free kick, but not for the first time this evening. Gets no change out of the referee.
Dundee's throw, and it really is a close one to call now, this. Anderson. Grady rose well. And Johnson's clearance, whether it meant to or not, fell neatly into the path of Miller. Morris Malpas. Matthew let it go to Dodds. Miller. And Patterson is on the far post. Steered away by Willie Miller. And Zetterlund headed it straight at Rodgers. McSkimming. Grady. Zetterlund to DeVos. Here's Miller. Is he going to have a run? He's going to have a throw. And I suspect it will be Mr. DeVos to maybe go for the long one.
Yeah, he's going to launch another one in here. Get to that vital stage of the match with a goal now. May just be enough.
If goes back any further, he'll be in the executive box there. Dundee's throw, and with Rodgers. Manchester City last year, Rodgers. He now finds Grady. Anand. Adamczyk. There was a late challenge by Craig Easton. And unfortunately, Hugh Dallas is right on the spot, unfortunately for Easton, that is.
Well, there's no doubt it's a yellow card, but I feel Mr. Dallas could maybe have just let this run a little bit, because Adamczyk was in a good position to attack for Dundee, but the referee gives the expected yellow card, and as we head inside the last 10 minutes, free kick to Dundee.
Red card for Easton in midweek, playing for Scotland's under-21s. Yellow card come the weekend. Less than 10 minutes left. Rodgers with his free kick. Away by DeVos. Matthew back to Malpas. Pretty aimless from Miller. Found Miller. Throw to Willing. Rodgers. Flicked on by Willie Anand. Didn't fall kindly for Grady or Adamczyk. Right, come to Adamczyk now. Dodds. Who was a bit of a cult hero in his time across the road at Dundee. Not that you would have noticed tonight, mind you, because they've been booing him a fair bit.
Well, that just shows you how fickle the fans can be when it comes to a derby clashing.
It's dropped now for Grady! Oh!
and those don't come back.
A stunner from James Grady, his first of the season, and you can see what it means to him and what it means to Dundee. Jim Patterson is coming off for Dundee United, Shell Ollison replacing him. Patterson off, Ollison on. Dundee United have really got to give it a go now. They will look back on several chances that went begging. Whilst Dundee haven't had as many chances, they've done the important thing. They've taken one of them. And how?
It's a tremendous strike from Grady. We spoke about it earlier on, it's similar to last week for all United's dominance. They've not scored the goals they've played reserves, and they've been punished. And the executioner in chief is the man we spoke about, James Grady.
Well, in Dundee's 4 victories this season, they've kept a clean sheet each time.
Here it is again, look at Grady, he's just got eyes for one thing, and that's the ball. And that just ripples the back of the net. No goalkeeper in the world's going to save that one. And the wee man is added to his growing legendary status at Dundee. Here it is, Annan's flick on. Grady knows where the goals are, it doesn't look up. Whack! Good night, 1-0 Dundee.
Goal any striker would have been rather proud of. Well, Jockey Scots, Dundee will go 5 points clear of their city rivals. If they hang on here, they'll jump above Motherwell in the table. Go on to the same number of points as Hearts.
Well, we talk about great goals, and if this derby is going to be settled, you couldn't ask for a better one to settle it than that.
What a frantic final 5 minutes. Lion Store at Tannadice. Flicked on by Zetterlund. At the moment, the Dundee fans rather enjoying their trip across the road.
They certainly are, that's where all the noise is coming from. But United really have all themselves to blame. They've had their possession, they've had their chances. But as what happens in football, the most important thing is Dundee have the goal.
Oh, the challengers are really flying in here, and McInally's going to be in trouble as he launched into Joe Miller. And Jim McInally will be summoned to Hugh Dallas.
I think you could be right here. This could be bad news for Dundee. It was late, it was wild, it could be red, but McInally escaped with a yellow.
Well, he's certainly got stuck in and a bit more, Jim McInally. It's going to be a fiery ending. Paul Sturrock, who scored so many goals himself in Dundee derbies, needs one from somewhere from his team now.
Yeah, well, Paul's putting a lot, and he knows even at his time that this derby game seems to favour the away team.
Well, it's been a cracking contest, and we always thought there would be a goal coming, and when it came, what a goal. But that's a header from Zetterlund. Clearance from Douglas. It's between Dodds and Joe Miller. It was a rather clumsy clearance though from Dave Rogers. Another long throw, flicked on by DeVos. Zetterlund! Oh, what a save! What a save from Douglas! It came at him so quickly.
Well, this is a man that's kept Dundee in the game, and that is out of the top drawer. from Robert Douglas. And if Dundee win this game, then their goalkeeper must take huge credit.
Ollison aimed towards Dodds. Away by Irvin. Here's Akanto, relieving the pressure on Dundee. A rampaging run from the popular pole finds the goal scorer Craigie. Whoops. I think the Dundee fans might just allow him that one.
Yeah, they know he's got the goal, and that's the important thing at the moment, as he goes in the last couple of minutes.
Here's Zetterlund. As the seconds tick away at Tannadice. Is it going to be Dundee's day? To play by Rogers. DeVos. Malpass. Dodds. Teeing it up for Pasquale, who looked like he was going to have a shot. Matthys cross. It comes to Malpass, and it cannoned off Dodds, and Douglas was there again.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Boris Malpass with a good strike there. It's deflected. Dodds gets a touch. And it's that man, Robert Douglas, again.
And Alan Coon really got into a spot of bother with James Grady. So what about the man of the match?
Well, Dodds and Matthew have been very lively up front for United again. But tonight, I'm going for the man that's kept them at bay. He's been magnificent throughout the match. And if Dundee hang on here, he deserves all the credit for this win. And that's Robert Douglas, the Dundee goalkeeper.
A worthy man of the match award for Douglas. Right on cue, he holds the ball firmly in his grasp.
Well, it's never been anywhere else but there all night, and that save just a couple of minutes ago typifies his performance tonight to give Dundee the edge.
Here's Akanto as Dundee go for the killer strike, and Grady has lobbed that one out of the ground. So you can't do it all the time.
Well, it's a good move again. Grady just peels off. Adamchuk finds him. That one he didn't get right, but more importantly, about 9 minutes ago, he got the one that counts.
With that ball that has now disappeared, it might be a souvenir if someone nips round there quickly enough.
Well, that's a Dundee end, and if anybody's bright enough, what better a souvenir can you get from the 100th Tayside derby?
Here's Dodds though, trying to save it for Dundee United. Now Miller. It's a wicked cross, and it's wide from Easton.
Well, United are piling forward. It's the last gasp. Throwing a dice everyone here. There's a header down. Matty gets a touch. Miller tries to strike, and it's past the post. And Dundee look as if they're going to hang on and snatch a point.
Well, Dundee are going to try and waste a few seconds by making a change. Gavin Ray coming on for Darius Adamchuk, and listen to the reception from the Dundee fans for the Polish international, who once again has given his all today.
Yeah, it's another tireless performance. Gavin Ray will come on, a wee bit more defensive-minded in the middle of the park. And Dundee strive to take 3 more precious points in the Premier League.
DeVos, what's he trying to do there? Head it in?
Well, I think that counts as an attempt on target.
Douglas will stall a bit on taking the goal kick, because Dundee are not far away from a major triumph. It's a free kick to United though. Matthew, he's sold Miller short, but Rogers lost it. Here's Malpass. Now Shell Ollison sets it up for Matthew, and bodies were flung in his way. It's still not clear yet though. Zetterlund went down, but didn't look like there was much in it. An enthralling ending Anderson obstructed by Pasquale. Oh, not given by Dallas.
Well, you can't fault Dallas's position there, and this could be a chance created. Dundee boys are still arguing. Is there a sting in the tail?
It's Miller's cross, but Ellison couldn't do anything with it. Dodds fouled by Miller. And what a free kick this is going to be. What an ending.
Well, it's all hands on deck now for Dundee. They've battled and battled. Robert Douglas has kept them at bay. Can he hold out for the last few seconds?
It's going to be Ellison to send it in. There's going to be some almighty tussling and tangling going on in that penalty area now. Chipped in. Oh, and everybody missed it. Goal kick.
Well, there's a word out between Zetland and Rodgers, but Zetland was looking for a penalty. You see him there with Rodgers. And Annan will. That may have been a little nudge. Now you see it from Annan.
Zetland certainly made the most of it if he was nudged. Johnson's header. Mathy. Dodds is on the chase, but Douglas so quick off his line. Dallas has had a look at his watch. And there's going to be an almighty cheer from the visiting fans. Not that the visiting fans have had too far to go. And Dundee claim a famous victory over their city rivals. James Grady, the match winner. It's their first top-flight success over Dundee United for 6 years, and one of Scotland's goals of the season settled this Battle of Tayside. But Robert Douglas more than did his bit at the other end with a man-of-the-match performance. Watch out for him in the future. He's heading towards an international career. James Grady came off the bench to fire in a quite wonderful winner. Credit to the likes of Rayside and Irvine, who were magnificent at the back in the heart of Dundee's defence. And of course the old trooper as well, Jim McInally, who gets one over his former club. Douglas, outstanding. Every one of these players, though, played their part today. Dundee United may lose some missed chances. Dundee took the one that mattered. Keeper Douglas, brilliant at one end. Grady, sensational at the other. A sweet strike from James Grady has won the Tayside derby for Dundee. The Scottish Premier League new boys. It finishes then at Tannadice. Dundee United 0, Dundee 1.
Still to come tonight over in Sky Sports 1 now, it's live American football. Another double-header this week, the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Jacksonville Jaguars, followed by the Denver Broncos against the Oakland Raiders. On Sky Sports 2 now, it's international cricket, highlights from last night's play between Australia and England. And at 10, it's Spanish football, Espanyol against Racing. Then at 11:30, it's back to cricket as we go live to Brisbane for day 4 of the first test against the Aussies. And here on Sky Sports 3 tonight, from 9 o'clock, it's live LPGA Golf, day 4 of the Tour Championship. In a moment, we reflect on tonight's thrilling Dundee derby, a match won by a wonderful goal by Dundee's James Grady. The Dark Blues have won the 100th Tayside League Derby. A cracking match at Tannadice tonight. Dundee have won the 100th Tayside League Derby. James Grady scored the only goal of the match tonight. 3 bookings in this match. Easton of United, Adamchuk and McInally of Dundee. No red cards in this game. Territorially, United way ahead in the first 45 minutes. And they had more of it too in the second half as well, but they paid the price of not taking their chances tonight. So the night belongs to Dundee, and Davy Provan is with goalscorer James Grady and man of the match Robert Douglas.
James, you couldn't have written a better script for yourself tonight, could you?
No, you couldn't. I was just happy to get on after 7 weeks out. Delighted to get a goal. It's the first in the season, and long may it continue.
It wasn't a bad goal either, was it?
That wasn't too bad. It was a good flick on by Siggy Johnson, and I read it well and just had a hit. That was it.
I think we can have a look at it now, and you just had enough time to let the ball drop, didn't you?
I did, yes. It's just dropped perfectly for me. Plenty of time, and it was a good miss hit.
Is there a message here for Jockey Scott? Because there's a fair bit of competition up here for strikers, isn't there?
That's right, I can't complain. I've been out injured. Eddie's been scoring lots of goals. It's my first, so just it's up to the gaffer, really.
And at the other end, Robert, it was a busy old night for you. Is that the way you prefer it?
Great, it's easier for concentration. Getting a bit of stick to the supporters, mind you, but thoroughly enjoyed it, and a clean sheet at the end. So happy.
A message there perhaps for Craig Brown, because there's been a lot of talk about a Scotland call-up for you, hasn't there?
There's plenty of talk, but first and foremost we got up the league with Dundee, and anything else is a bonus, so I'm happy at the moment.
OK, tell us about this save you had from Shell Olafsson at what was a crucial part of the game, was it not?
I just saw him hitting it into the deck, and I was going down, I just managed to get my hand up. I don't care if it hits me in the face, as long as it doesn't go in.
The lads in front of you tonight did a good job as well, didn't they?
Great job, Willie Miller, all the boys at the back four, Dave Rogers, Big Brian and Robbie were outstanding, helping each other out. That's what it's about.
And this, James, means that you can go to your work with your head up tomorrow.
Definitely. Hopefully we'll get a day off, actually. So Tuesday we'll be back in and we'll be smiling.
Well done, guys. Thanks a lot.
Right, thanks, Davey.
Well, it's Dundee's night, all right. Charlie, intriguing that John Robertson, who sleeps in the matchbox, refers to James Grady as the wee man.
Well, he's actually an inch taller than Robbo, who's actually an inch taller than Jimmy Cranky, so I don't know how you can call anybody wee man John Robertson.
What about Grady? He came in tonight and he made the difference, didn't he?
Yeah, we know about the boy's ability. We've seen him do it big time in the first division. He's been injured, unfortunately for him, but the combination when he came on, fresh legs, bit of youth. I actually thought he was going to take an extra touch when his goal came, Jim, but what a wonderful finish, I have to say, for such a young kid coming onto a derby situation. No problem in handling it. Absolutely sensational strike.
And Ian Crocker referred to Robert Douglas, international recognition coming along for this lad.
I would go along with that. I think last season we looked at people with the prospects of that. Jonathan Gould eventually got his opportunity, and we had Alan Main, who came in from St Johnstone under Paul Sturrock, who was doing well. He got pushed forward. No reason why this kid can't do it. He played like a sweeper tonight. First time they played back four for a while, Dundee, and he was exceptional. For me, I don't think there was a debate in man of the match.
It was a great game all in all, though, wasn't it?
It was a magnificent game. I really had to say that for a 1-0 win, a derby match which had passion. I mean, Dundee actually had no corners in the game. I thought set pieces would be important, but Dundee United dominated most of the game, especially in the first half. And of course, we know this was a goal that never was. They were punished again. Dundee United last week against Dunfermline, for me, played a lot of great attacking stuff. This is definitely onside, and unfortunately, you know, it's a crime in the end they're punished like that. But they looked like they were going to break them down. But Dundee United always looking a threat. Matthew and Dawes, the inspiration. But they were disappointing. I thought in the second half they dropped out of it. But credit to Dundee, they get there. They've got a clean sheet. They've had a good goalkeeper tonight and a solid defence.
Matthew and Dodge doing well up front, but they should have finished and they paid the price, haven't they?
Yeah, but even then, Jim, you know, this kid I really rate this boy highly. You know, taking players on. But there's a difficult bit. It's hanging it up there and making it count. But to make chances for people. Far too many times tonight, Dundee United could not get a cutting edge. They didn't have the final ball. Dundee were inferior in a way to Dundee United. But when this kid Anderson is about, things happen, and you always felt that the best chances were coming Dundee's way.
Alan Coombe did well tonight, actually, Charlie, on the losing side.
I think Paul Sturrock will be pleased in a certain way. He's walked away disappointed tonight again, but I think his team, other than Zetterlund in particular and Patterson, Jim Patterson, who started the match, this was a break. You better be lucky than good at times. He deserved that. He was man of the match. But I think Paul Sturrock's team played a major part in this game too. They deserved to win, or at least get something from it. But Dundee pulled their heads up high, and once this man Tommy Coyne came off, he crafted hard. It wasn't his night, but young Grady came on. Loves playing with Eddie Annan.
He's a perky lad, Grady, isn't he? He's got great faith in his own ability.
Oh, as long as you're sharp, this is a beautiful link-up. For me, Eddie could have took a touch or went with his left foot. Tried too much to get round it with his right foot, and that's why he missed the target. But the evidence right away, the combination, the link-up, you just thought right away, well, Dundee are growing in stature and they might just make it count.
So a good substitution by Jockey Scott, obviously.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people think Jockey's quite a negative coach. He's not. He's very attack-minded. They're unfortunate again, United. They were an inch away from sealing a victory tonight themselves. But Jockey made a positive substitution and it worked in his favour.
How many chances though, Charlie? How many chances? There's a goal, and what a strike.
Oh, well, I mean, it's breathtaking. And Robbo did make a good point in this. It's not just the quality of the finish, the confidence in which he finished. There is no goalkeeper in world football could have stopped that. That is how good the technique and the ability of that boy was on that occasion.
Spinning your blushes, Charlie, you thought he might do something when he came on.
Well, he's a positive lad. He likes to play. He's lively. Dundee United all over the place. Wonderful save from Douglas. It proved to be his night. But, I mean, he gives him that. And that's the beauty of having people that you can come on and help you change the game. Paul Sturrock will be furious he's lost it. Jockey will be delighted. He's unlucky again, Paul Sturrock. I have to say, my sympathies are with him tonight. But credit to Dundee, and that man in particular, Robert Douglas, outstanding and man of the match. It's
a big match, isn't it, on Tayside? That goes without saying, so it's a painful one for United tonight.
Well, it's a painful one, but also that's United, Aberdeen and Dunfermline stuck in 14 points and a 4-point gap there until you get to Motherwell. Dundee are up there mid-table, level with Hearts.
Let's look at the disallowed goal again, Charlie, because this is a key moment in this game.
Well, it was a vital. I love the link-up. There's Matty. See, Zetterlund's getting forward. Didn't do enough of that for me tonight to give them options. And the timing of Dodge's run is perfect. Plus, he runs right in the middle where defenders can't defend. Look at that. He's a half a yard on. Joe Miller does the correct thing, hitting across the goal. Unfortunately, it's just not to be. Luck's not gone with Dundee United just now. It's going with Dundee. But what can you say? They've got 3 points and they're happy.
Well, as you can see behind Charlie tonight, Paul Sturrock is with Davy Provan. Davy.
Paul, given the chances you had out there tonight, is that a sore one to take?
Well, obviously our fans are going away desperately disappointed, but I must admit there's sometimes in games tonight there's a wee bit light at the end of the tunnel as far as I'm concerned. We've changed our system, we've looked a bit more solid than we have in the past. We're a bit more going forward, we looked a bit free flowing, but obviously, as you said, Lady Luck hasn't shined us in the finishing department.
You had a better balance all round, didn't you? Because Joe Miller certainly provided some good wood.
Yeah, we looked much better as far as that was concerned, and really, you know, it's a bitter pill to swallow. But as I said, we have to be positive about it and take something out of it.
So what did you say to them after the game? Because I'm sure their heads are down right now as well.
It's a long season. I said it's going to be a difficult one for us because obviously it's the position we're in at this minute in time. But hopefully, as I emphasised to them, the positive approach that we showed tonight and the bits and pieces of good play round the box. And other days, in the last 2 games, it hasn't went in. Other days, I'm sure they will.
So is it a case of continuing to do the things that you believe in?
Oh, we're not going to be reverting back to anything that we've played in the past. That's us now. We're going down that road. We've made our bed and we've got to go and lie in it. We'll work very, very hard. I can assure the fans that'll be happening. The players will be working very hard. The whole coaching staff will be to make sure that the system of play gets bedded down quickly and we get the proper results for the fans.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Paul Sturrock there with Davy Provan. Charlie, we've seen United in the last 2 weeks. Now, on both occasions, they deserved at least a share of the points, but they were beaten on both occasions.
Yeah, but I totally agree with Paul Sturrock there. I think he's shrewd enough and wise enough to say, I'm fresh into this job. I played my new system for the first time that the players can bed in. As I said, I think the only disappointment for me tonight was Zetterlund and Jim Patterson in particular. Didn't particularly play well. It was just an off night, not to be for him, but I thought they played a lot of good stuff. And when you're making the type of chances that they are missing just now, Jim, the rewards eventually come. They will not suffer. They will be on the way up, and I think under Paul Sturrock they will go in the right direction. I think there is a brightness there at Dundee United. They're just not getting the breakfast now.
He was brave enough, Charlie, pre-match to take out Dykstra, who's been a bit dodgy this season, and stick in young Coombe. Does he deserve a run now, do you feel?
Yeah, I think he will get a run. I think Paul is that positive in his thoughts that he says, if you play to my system, I'll start to be fruitful for you, and I think that's the case now. I think he sits down, he makes his point. I love a leadership quality in a coach. You've got to adapt and be able to make decisions, but decisions you know that your team will get stronger with. He's done that. Joe Miller came back and did well for him. They did look a better side. They made lots of chances tonight. As I say, once you get the breaks and it starts turning, because you get your balance of them, you said bad luck in the last 2 games, it will turn from. You'll go to Aberdeen next week and not be frightened of it, and I think they will definitely improve Dundee United, and they will eventually get in the top half of the table.
Well, Charlie, when he went to St Johnstone, it was always going to be a long-term affair. Is it the same now for Sturrock at Tannadice?
Well, it is. I think this is a bedding-in season for him, and I think this is the case that he says, look, I've got good ability, if he's believing my system, it will work. We will go stronger, we will get up that table, but next season is reality time. We will start to look at the championship then.
OK, Charlie, well, Dundee won the derby tonight. More to come from Tannadice before we finish tonight. And when we come back, we'll review Saturday's action, starting with one of the most remarkable Old Firm matches ever. Dundee won a thrilling Tayside derby tonight, and a delighted jockey Scott is with Davy Provan.
Jockey, this Tayside derby isn't any ordinary game up here. That was a big result for you tonight, wasn't it?
Oh, it's a tremendous result for us. That puts us 5 points clear of 3 of the teams below us. So, if, you know, in terms of a result, brilliant performance. I thought in the second half we did very well. First half we were maybe a bit behind United. But in saying that, we stuck to our task, and the boys did great.
It did take you a bit of time to get to work tonight, didn't it? They had you on the back foot early on.
Yeah, they did. They were sharp, and they put us under pressure right from the start. And I thought, you know, we were a goal down. The linesman said otherwise, which was fortunate for us. And then from then on, we battled our way. We had a couple of chances in the first half. Their keeper had a couple of good saves. But in saying that, I thought they were a better side in the first half. But I thought we did really well in the second.
The goal for a player who hasn't started since September, it was a bit special, wasn't it?
Oh, a great goal to win any game. But tremendous goal to win a derby. And yeah, the wee man did great, and he was disappointed he wasn't playing from the start. And I mean, now he's made my job difficult by going on and doing what he's done.
It gives you an option, doesn't it? Tommy Coyne likes it into feet. He's quite prepared to chase the ball in behind.
Yeah, James has got good pace, and he's prepared to run behind people, and he's also prepared to take it to his feet. But he's not played for quite a while, and hence the reason I had him on the bench to start with and played Tam in preference to James. But as I say, he's now given me a problem. Fortunately, we don't have another game next week.
What about Robert Douglas? Are you expecting the phone to ring? Craig Brown might be on to you shortly, the way he's playing.
Robert came back in tonight after missing last week, and had a great game. But that's the type of goalkeeper he is. He works very hard in training with Big Billy Thompson, and he's an excellent goalkeeper. Good pair of hands, and he only showed you half of what he could do tonight.
Jockey, thanks. Well done.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Dundee won it 1-0. Charlie, James Grady's first involvement in 9 games and a wonder goal, and it's a goal you're never tired of seeing, isn't it? No,
but we were looking forward to the season starting for this young man when he was fit, because we thought he could play at this level. I just love the absolute cheek that he's got to take this first time. I mean, many people, and I would include any experienced strikers, if you think about hitting that first time, you must be extremely confident in your own ability. And as you say, no involvement at all this season. And to strike it as sweetly as that and believe that you can strike it as sweetly as that takes a lot of self-belief. And it was there in the evidence tonight, not just the talent, but the confidence and the educational.
Well, a Neil McCann goal in the last minute gave Hearts a 2-1 win over Dunfermline, which means that tonight the Scottish Premier League table looks like this. Rangers are 5 points clear of Kilmarnock, with Celtic third ahead of St Johnstone on goal difference. Hearts are 5th, level on points with tonight's winners, Dundee. Then come Motherwell, followed by 3 teams on 14 points, Dundee United, Aberdeen and Dunfermline. Well, that's about it from Tannadice. The next live football on Sky Sports comes tomorrow night, when Walter Smith, who used to be assistant manager at Dundee United, puts his Everton side in against Newcastle, still searching for his first league win at Goodison. That's on Sky Sports 1 from 7. On Tuesday night, it's FA Cup action, the first round replay between Lee, RMI and Fulham. Sky Sports 3 from 7:30. Nationwide league action on Friday takes us to Oakwell, where Barnsley, 3-2 winners at Sunderland yesterday, take on Huddersfield. Sky Sports 2 from 7 o'clock for that one. Next Sunday, more First Division action from 12 noon on Sky Sports 3, when Norwich take on Oxford, for whom former Aberdeen star Dean Windass scored in their win over Port Vale yesterday. And from the Premiership, Super Sunday from 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 features Liverpool against managerless Blackburn Rovers. I wonder who will be in charge of the Premiership's bottom club come next Sunday. Tonight, James Grady made his own piece of history. His goal won the 100th League derby for Dundee. From the Scottish team, bye for now.